Hello students and welcome back. Alright, in this video we're going to move from the credit card to doing basically the same thing but looking at a car loan. Now, it's again going to use the PMT function because repetition is the best way to learn something. So we're basically going to do the same thing that we did with the credit card over here on the car loan. So let's move to the car loan and let's create the scenario that we want. Let's say we're in car loan. I wrote that up there just to let you know. I wrote that before. If you want, you can put it in or you can leave it out. So let's say the price of the car. We need to know the price of the car, right? And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can all see the selection area. All right. All right, so here we are looking at the price of the car. Then let's say you have some money for a down payment. And you're not sure how much of your down payment you're going to use. So you're going to, put that in here, how much money you're going to put down. And so that means the balance that is due and how much you're going to have to finance the car for. That means how much you're going to have to borrow from the bank. And it's, again, the balance that will then calculate what our monthly payments are going to be. So typically car loans will go like this. You'll do a 5-year car loan and a 6-year car loan. You might do a 4-year car loan too. So let's put the 4 years. I'm going to move these down by selecting them and then moving them down to give myself a little bit more room like that. Okay. Now I'm going to do 4, 5, 6, and you know what? 7 and 8 years. Now, usually you won't get a car loan for 8 years, but you might get one for 7 and you could get one for 4 or less. So the next thing you have to look at is what's the car loan going to cost me? And today, car loans can go in for 3%. Some really good credit unions will have that. And let's say 4%. And again, we're going to use the autofill handle. Notice that I'm always using the autofill handle to complete my list. Now, if you get a car loan above 12%, I don't know about that. But, let's say we want to do that, okay? Let's say we want to do that. Let's say we want to do, let me think. I've seen some awful car loans. I'm going to select my pattern, drag it over 14%. That's good. All right. So now I'm going to zoom out a little bit just so I can see what we got here, so we can see everything. All right. So there's all my table now. So let's say the price of the car is $25,367.45. That's the price of the car. All right. Now let me indicate that this is a currency by putting my $sign in front. Okay. The down payment. Let's say I've got $5,250.23. And again, oops, forgot to put that $sign in again. Put the $sign in. That lets me know that this is a dollar. Now, see here, the $sign is indicating formatting the cell as a currency. The $sign, when you put it in front of a cell reference in our formulas, that indicates that the cell is absolute. So don't get the two mixed up. All right, so we've got our situation. We have $5,250.23, and we're going to put it towards our $25,367.45 car, which means I have to know how much money I'm going to borrow from the bank. So I need to make a formula which is going to be equal to this number minus the down payment. And then it gives you that you need to finance the car for the amount of $20,117.22. And again, we're going to find out then, what would our payment be if I do this loan for 4 years at 3%, and I put my payment here. And again, it's going to be the PMT function that we use. So I'm going to go up to the formulas bar, choose the function, insert function, the f of x. The PMT is there from recently used because I just used it to do the credit card. So I'm going to double click on that. And again, it's going to ask me my questions. My rate. Well, that's here, 3%. Again, I'm paying per year, not per year, but per month. So I have to divide that yearly rate by 12 to get my monthly rate. And then I have the NPER, right? And the NPER is the total number of payments for the loan, right? And again, I'm doing 4 years, but I'm not paying once a year. I'm paying 12 times a year for every month. So that 4, this number, needs to be multiplied by the 12 months in a year, and that gives me a 48-month car loan. So my PV is the present value. Again, how much am I borrowing? Not the price of the car, but how much I need to finance from the bank. Again, that's here, it's $20,117.22. So I'm going to click on it using the point and shoot method. Remember, the point and shoot method of Excel and most graphical interfaces is the better way to put it because it eliminates your ability as a human to write the wrong thing in. The computer will take care of putting that cell reference here, so you won't write C22 or some wrong cell reference there. So I have my C7 there, and my C7 tells me what my balance is, what I'm going to borrow. And again, I see a minus number as the result. I don't see a minus number as the result here at the top. Wonder why that is. All right, well, C7, and I don't want to see that as a minus, so I'm going to make sure it's, there's something wrong here. All right, well, let me do, I don't know what it is, but let me do that. It's, yeah, there it is. It's minus. That makes no sense to me. So I'll put the minus in now. Weird things are happening. Push enter, and now we have a positive number, which is what I expected before. Okay, well, now we have it. So we have a positive number there. Anyway, that's it. We got the positive number. Everything's cool. I'm going to now close this down. And so now let's go see if we can get that audit trail. There's the audit trail. I couldn't get that in the credit card. I don't know why. I'll figure it out. It's something to do with the Excel being, I guess, in Macintosh. But that always should be available. Anyway, okay, so we have our formula in. Now we have to put our proper, the proper case for the mixed cell references and the absolute cell references. So in this case, the C9 is the first, the blue one, and it goes horizontally. So because it goes horizontally, that means we put the $ in front of the number. Remember, if you can't remember where to put the $, simply read off the cell reference where your list contains the values. So C9, D9, E9, F9, G9, H9. The 9 is not changing, therefore the $ goes in front of the 9. Then we have B for the red. The red is the list goes up from top to bottom. So if I read that off, it's B10, B5, B6, B7, B8. So that means that the $ goes in front of the B. All right. And finally, one place, C7, is where we have it. So both of the dollars have to have $ in front of them. So dollar and dollar. Remember, you can push F4 in Macintosh in the PC world to just cycle through. All right, so I'm pushing enter, and that's what I got. I got my formula, and my answer is 400. Now I can use the autofill handle, and I can fill in. Okay. Get that screen because I got to get that little corner. Here we go. That's better. Now I got to get that sign and pull it down. I over pulled, so I'll pull back up. There we go. So now I got my numbers, and that tells me, for example, now I can right? It's got all the color coding. It's pointing to the right numbers. Everything's good. And again, in this case, I get the answer that is, if I get a 6% loan, I take a 6-year loan at 6%, and I have to pay $20,117.22. I will need to pay $333.40 per month in order to get that paid off in that time period. Okay, so that's the scenario for a car loan. In the next video, I'm going to do the mortgage. And before we do, let's learn how to move a sheet. And down here, we have the mortgage sheet. I want it before the student loan, so I'm simply going to click on it, hold the mouse button down, and drag it to the place I want. That's how we move a sheet. And there we have it. So now we have the car loan. And so in the next video, I'll teach you how to do a mortgage. Goodbye. Have a great day.